Greetings, Love Posse. I am an astrology enthusiast, and something huge, big is happening collectively and individually, and I will talk about the individual in this conversation. So what's this huge, big astrological thing that's happening? Saturn in Aries. Saturn moved into Aries on May 24th, and I believe will be in Aries for around 3 months and then moves back into Pisces for a short time. So Saturn in Aries brings in, initiates elevated energies, frequencies, dreams, light codes, downloads. Saturn in Aries is an opportunity to build and to create something new. Today's message, Love Posse. What's next for you? So let's talk about Saturn's influences. Saturn is the strict disciplinarian. It's the masculine grandfather energy that challenges us, that requires us to move slowly, to be intentional and purposeful, to have a plan, to be strategic, to have some structure, to commit long term, right? To have a blueprint. Saturn does not play. Saturn requires us to look at what's working, what's benefiting us. If it isn't, move on. Saturn will pull the plug if you're not on your path, if you're doing something that is not true for you. Saturn is both harsh and loving. So what's the challenge here? Saturn is in Aries. Aries is not having any of it. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. Aries is the infant. It's impulsive. It's the pioneer. It's the go-getter. It wants to move fast and quickly. It wants it done yesterday. It's me, now. Let's get it done. And Saturn slows it all down. So you have this dance, right? This dance of grandpa, slow it down. Let's think it through. And then you have this impulsive child. No, now, me. What a phenomenal, magical dance. A personal story. I'll tell you why this fascinates me so much, this Saturn in Aries event, because it's definitely an event collectively, but more so personally. This year, let's say around February, I really sat down and looked at this pattern that I find myself in over and over again. This financial struggle and challenge where I get large sums of money and it's gone. So I started focusing on, what am I missing? What is the lesson or lessons I'm not learning? Because this financial challenge or challenges keep happening. So I looked in my natal chart and I saw Saturn and Aries in my second house. Second house is the house of your money. I'm like, holy fuck. Holy fuck. I started studying, watching videos. What does this mean? And I realized that I kept creating the lesson I wasn't learning, the lesson that Saturn was trying to tell me. In my money house and in Aries, I saw sometimes I was impulsive with money. Sometimes, I love to share and give. So when I would get large sums of money, I would share, I'd go out and I love giving, 20s to the homeless. I'd give my family some money, my mama, my sisters and all this. Once I gave my friend, she was having trouble with her husband and needed to get away. I gave her $3,000. I owed a friend some money who helped me, and I gave her an extra $1,000. Just giving money. I hadn't learned, and some of the same things kept repeating and repeating. I'm like, wait a minute, this has happened 4 times. And I could remember. And I'm like, what did I not learn? What is this Saturn trying to tell me? Because I realized I kept fighting Saturn. Saturn wanted me to go slow, trying to teach me money is going to come to you slowly. So you're going to have to set some aside. And I did, I would put money in savings. I would invest. Okay, being wise about my money. But when times got hard, I'd spend my savings. I'd sell some of my stock and be back right in that place of financial hardship because I didn't learn my lesson. I was so into these principles that people were talking about, these thought leaders and spiritual teachers in the New Age movement about faking it until you make it. You can't fake this shit. You have to be authentically you. You have to know what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Maybe there's some people out there who can fake it till they make it. Maybe that's their reality. It wasn't my reality. That's what Saturn was trying to tell me. Tyffany, you can't fake it till you make it. I was believing in these principles, that you spend, and that tells the universe that you're open to more money or that you're trusting. No, Saturn was telling me, Tyffany, that shit isn't working for you. It may be working for other people, but it's not working for you. I had to store. I had to be the squirrel and the chipmunk and store my nuts because times were going to be hard. And I didn't learn that. I was filling out these other principles, not knowing who I was or am, not knowing what works for me, not paying attention to what Saturn, this slow-moving planet, was trying to tell me. It was trying to tell me, your ass need to slow down. Every time I got an idea about a business, I act on it right then and there. So impulsive, so eager, ready to start a new business right then and there. I could not stand, things not moving quickly. And I had to learn, no, you have to take your time. You have to be strategic. You have to have a plan. You can't just jump into something. Money will come to you in large sums, and you have to be extremely thoughtful, mindful, aware. You have to be intentional and purposeful. You can't give away all your money. And I really didn't realize that until February of this year, how important that placement in my chart was. Saturn and Aries, and what Saturn was trying to teach me in that sign of Aries, the pioneer. I've always been the pioneer, the self-leader, the go-getter. But Saturn slows that down. So this conversation today it's personal. It's personal because of what I just told you. And so I want all of you to understand that this time, right now, this timeline of Saturn and Aries is also important for your life. It's important right now because you have an opportunity to build and create something new, and to do it, begin it now. How do we build anew? Saturn is at 0 degrees of Aries on the world axis. The only thing you need to be concerned with is the significance of 0 degrees. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, the infant. For me, this is clear. It's clear that this is an opportunity to build something new, that this is a new beginning. And because Aries is the infant, impetuous, impulsive, just wants to run before he or she learns to walk. Saturn energy is requiring of us to mature, to be responsible. Also, Saturn is a slow-moving planet with a 30-year cycle. So it's also requiring of us to be disciplined, focused, and to commit. Aries, the pioneer with the mantra, I am, is calling on us to focus on what is true for me. What is true for me? All those outside influences shaping and defining and trying to control our trajectory, our life, our purpose, our sacred mission. Saturn and Aries is calling on you to determine your sacred mission, your purpose, your authentic self, and to go for it, to start it now, and to commit. Saturn and Aries is calling on us to embrace our own divinity, our own self-leadership, self-ownership, It's requiring us to stand on our own 2 feet, to do it our way, to compromise less, to go for what you want, to create it, to build it. Now. So the question again, what's next for you? Are you ready? The time is perfect, whatever perfect means. Timing is on your side. Are you ready? Have you learned the lessons you were meant to learn to capitalize on this now moment, on this opportunity to begin anew, to build and create something you have yet to create, something that is long-term, your legacy, something that will stand strong, something that is meaningful, that you do with your blood, sweat, and tears. Are you ready? Have you let go of and released those beliefs, those attitudes and behaviors that no longer serve you? Are you open to be stretched and pulled, to learn how to surrender? Are you open to maturing, to investing and developing in yourself? Can you move beyond the need for outside approval and stand on your own 2 feet? Have you prepared enough for this now moment? Only you can answer these questions. Can you move through the fear, the uncertainty, the possibility, huge possibility and probability that it's not going to go as quickly and as fast as you would like? That there may be some hard times, but you know that if you invest in yourself now, what comes next will be huge, will be rewarding. How do you begin anew? You must be clear about what is true for you. You must be clear about who you are and who you want to become. Where do you want to go from here? From this now moment, in the present, past, and future, because it's all the same. Where do you want to go? Here being 0, being A. Where do you want to go? Are you willing to do the work to get there? Can you take one step today? If there's something you need to learn, will you learn it? Can you learn it? If there are skills you need to learn, are you willing to learn those skills? I will share again. The divine has told me what my spiritual assignment is. And for a while, these past close to 3 years, I still hadn't committed, even though I was taking action on my guidance. My spiritual assignment is filming, making films that inspire, educate, empower, and foster the elevation of consciousness on the planet. Tyffany Howard Films. And I've had my doubts, like, how am I going to make money from this? How is this going to help me to maintain my standard of living, feed me, clothe me, shelter me, spirit? How? Because these films are not Hollywood. I don't have investors yet. I don't even know if there's someone out there who's willing to invest. And you know what? There is someone out there. I just haven't found the person yet. But I've been going through all this in my head, and still making the films, doing the work. But now I have to commit. I have to go big or go home. You have to go big or go home. Because as I mentioned a number of times, this is a long-term commitment. You have to be all in. It's an investment in you. I know my film business is an investment in me. My YouTube channel, our channel, is an investment in me. And when we invest in ourselves, we are indirectly investing in others. So, how do we begin? What is it that your soul is asking you to do? You already know it, but maybe some of you have been too afraid to act. Maybe some of you have been too afraid to pick up the phone and answer the call of your soul. You must do it now. The universe is telling you that now is the time that you will succeed, not by outside external measurements. You will succeed because you will be doing what you have come here to do, what you are meant to do. Authentically you. Your sacred mission, your calling, your purpose. You will succeed. So you begin by having the courage to be honest with yourself about what is calling to you, what is pulling you, what your soul has been communicating to you. You start from there, and then you take the steps. You write it down, a plan, a strategy. You learn what needs to be learned, right? You get the skills that are required to do whatever is calling to you. That's how you begin. One moment, one step at a time, being strategic, having a plan, being focused, being disciplined, growing the F up, being mature. Because you are the captain of your ship. You are steering your life in a certain direction. This is your path. This is your one wild and precious life. You are in control, not someone out there, not a president of a country, not your parents, not all those naysayers. You are in control, making the decisions, making the choices. So now make the choices and the decisions with some wisdom, with some intention, with some purpose. With this new beginning comes an ending. So it's time for ceremony and celebration. A ceremony of gratitude and a celebrating what you are building and creating, what you want to build and create. So I am encouraging you to have a ceremony, a ritual of some kind, outside in your house, wherever you have ceremonies, candles, whatever calls to you. And in this ceremony of gratitude, say thank you to what was, to the past, to what you have already created and you are letting go of. Say thank you. Be grateful for that. Honor that part of yourself that you are choosing to let go. Those old stale peanuts that were meaningful to you at the time, but you are letting go of those because you want some new, fresh peanuts. Right? You want some new, fresh peanuts. So you're going to create and build something new. But say thank you. I'm grateful because I needed you at that time. You benefited me at that time, but now that is no longer serving me. And celebrate what you're wanting to build and create, right? What is coming in? It's coming in, and it's going to come in because you are going to take the time and go slow, move slowly and intentionally in creating this new thing. This thing that's going to take commitment, long-term commitment. So celebrate that. It's both a death and a birth. It's both an ending and a new beginning. And sometimes it requires us to create something sacred and letting that which needs to be let go and giving it the grace for existing by saying thank you. I'm grateful. And also saying thank you, I'm grateful for this opportunity to create and build something new through celebration. Final thoughts. Starting something new, building and creating something new can be overwhelming, scary, challenging, and it can also be exciting, invigorating, and magical. I'm holding space for you. Hold space for yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Learn to move into these new cycles and stages, initiations and stops and starts of life. It's all part of life. We don't have the luxury of staying stuck and staying in the old. This is a huge opportunity, a wonderful opportunity to build and start something new. Take your time. Trust the process, the journey, the path that you're on. Because again, if you're not on the path that's true for you, Saturn is going to pull the plug. So you are forewarned. But enjoy it. Enjoy this time. Tune in and tap into your inner child who is excited to play, is excited for adventure, is excited to build and create something new, to initiate imagination. Right? Something I didn't say or forgot to add to how do we begin? Visualization. Visualize what you want and the steps to take. I do this often. I did this morning. You know, in my journal, before I journal, I see in my third eye what I want to build and create. And then I write it, reinforce it by writing it down in my journal. I see myself walking across stages at film festivals and receiving awards for films I've co-created with Spirit. I see myself being interviewed and asked, why did you create this film? And speaking and sharing my collaboration with Spirit and telling people, these are not my ideas, that I am an expression of the divine. I act on what I am being given, what I'm told to do, on my guidance. I see myself doing all these things and traveling and living the life that I choose to live, that I have purposefully, intentionally created. Life doesn't happen to us. Life happens for us because we create it. Saturn in Aries is happening for you, for me, for us. Saturn in Aries is this beautiful energy that's asking us to create and build with wisdom, with maturity, with intention for the long haul. So I invite all of you to leave comments, not necessarily about what you want to build and create, because part of being wise is realizing that we can't share our dreams with everyone. People may be in our circle, but not everybody's in our corner. So be aware of that. I invite you to like and subscribe and to share if this resonated. Thank you for your time, Love Posse. Peace and love to and for all sentient beings.